Can Chinese factories really match Western quality? What happens if something goes wrong with my order? How do I handle returns and disputes? These are real questions from real importers just like you. In the next few minutes, I'll give you the answers to the most asked questions about sourcing from China that nobody talks about. Let's start with the most basic and crucial question we often hear is about the difference between manufacturers and trading companies here in China. What's the difference between manufacturers and trading companies? When you're looking to source products from China, you'll have two main types of suppliers: direct manufacturers and trading companies. Direct manufacturers own their facilities, run their production lines, and have knowledge of every step in the manufacturing process. When you work with them, you're getting straight to the source. This direct connection often means you'll have more control over quality and more room to customize your products. Trading companies, on the other hand, are your well-connected facilitators. While they don't manufacture products themselves, they often have extensive networks and relationships with various manufacturers. Think of them as your local guide who knows all the best spots in city. They can be particularly valuable if you're looking for a variety of products or if you're just starting out with smaller orders. The key is knowing exactly who you're dealing with. A true manufacturer will be able to talk in detail about their production processes. They'll typically be located in industrial areas, and you can visit their facilities to see the production in action. Their product range might be more focused, but their expertise in those specific items runs deep. Trading companies, meanwhile, often cast a wider net. They might offer an impressive variety of products, but their technical knowledge might not run as deep as a manufacturer's. You'll usually find them in commercial areas rather than industrial zones, and while they might not have their own production facilities, they excel at finding the right manufacturing partners for your needs. Now, let's address another important question that's on everyone's mind. Can Chinese manufacturers really meet Western quality standards? The short answer is yes, but there's much more to this story that you need to understand. The first thing to understand about quality in Chinese manufacturing is that you generally get what you pay for. While manufacturing in China can offer significant cost advantages, it's important to maintain realistic expectations about the relationship between cost and quality. Think of it like buying a car. While you can find options at every price point, the features, performance, and reliability will vary accordingly. Clear communication about your quality requirements is absolutely essential. Chinese manufacturers have the capability to produce at very high quality levels, but they need precise specifications to work with. This means being explicit about everything from material requirements to finish standards, from performance expectations to packaging specifications. Here's another important question we often hear from concerned business owners. How can I protect my intellectual property in China? The good news is that China has made significant steps in intellectual property protection over the years. Here in China have now strong IP laws and enforcement mechanisms, but knowing how to use them effectively is key. Think of it as having a sophisticated security system. It's only effective if you know how to set it up and activate it properly. The first step in protecting your IP here in China is understanding that you need to register your intellectual property rights within China itself. Don't make the common mistake of assuming that registrations in your home country will automatically protect you in China. When it comes to timing, remember that China operates on a first-to-file rather than a first-to-use system. This means you should register your IP before entering the market or even starting discussions with potential manufacturers. Think of it as reserving your spot in line. If someone else gets there first, they might legally claim your IP rights in China. Next, let's talk about something that every business owner frequently asks: how to handle returns, refunds, and potential disputes when sourcing from China. Here in China, the process for handling returns and refunds isn't always as straightforward as returning an item to your local store. Each supplier might handle these situations differently, which is why it's crucial to establish clear terms before you begin your partnership. When issues arise, whether it's product defects, quality inconsistencies, or specification mismatches, documentation becomes your first priority. Take clear, detailed photos of any problems you find. Keep records of all your communications. Think of it as building your case. The more evidence you have, the stronger your position will be in negotiations. Communication style plays a crucial role in dispute resolution with Chinese suppliers. Focus on maintaining a professional, fact-based dialogue. Present your concerns clearly, but always leave room for solutions. Now that we understand how to handle potential issues, let's talk about something that often surprises first-time importers. And it is one of the biggest hurdles many businesses face when starting to source from China is dealing with minimum order quantities, or MOQs. It's like buying in bulk at a warehouse store. The per unit price might be better, but you need to be prepared for larger quantities. What should I know about minimum order quantities? MOQs exist for good reasons from the manufacturer's perspective. Setting up a production run involves fixed costs and time investments regardless of the quantity produced. Manufacturers need certain minimum quantities to start the production. However, there's often more flexibility in MOQs than meets the requirement. Many suppliers are willing to negotiate, especially if they see potential for a long-term partnership. Some might accept lower initial orders at a slightly higher per unit price, while others might allow you to mix different products or variations to meet the total MOQ requirement. It's similar to building a relationship with your local coffee shop. They might be more flexible with their services once they know you're a regular customer. Let's move to another big question that keeps many business owners up at night. What can I do if my product gets copied? When you discover your product has been copied, your first reaction might be panic or anger. However, it's important to approach this situation strategically and professionally. Each step needs to be carefully considered, and emotional reactions rarely lead to the best outcomes. The first step is documentation. Gather all evidence of your original product, including design patents, trademarks, and any other intellectual property registrations you have. In simple words, the stronger your documentation, the better protected you'll be. If you haven't already registered your intellectual property in China, this should be your immediate priority. Working with legal professionals who specialize in Chinese intellectual property law can be invaluable. They understand the local legal landscape and can guide you through the proper channels for addressing infringement. This brings us to a question that could potentially save your business time, money, and stress. You might wonder why you need a sourcing agent when you could potentially work directly with manufacturers. Let's explore this crucial aspect of successful sourcing from China that many businesses often overlook. Why do you need a sourcing agent? A professional sourcing agent brings several invaluable advantages for you. First, they understand the local business culture and customs. This cultural bridge can be the difference between a successful partnership and a frustrating experience. It's like having a local friend who knows all the unwritten rules and customs of their hometown. Quality control becomes much more manageable with an agent. They can visit factories regularly, inspect production processes, and catch potential issues before they become problems. Think of them as your quality assurance team on the ground, working proactively to ensure your products meet your standards. Many factories here actually prefer working through agents, and some exclusively do so. This isn't just about tradition, it's about efficiency and risk management. And finally, let's answer the one question we hear more than any other. Why do I need professional help when I have Alibaba? The Alibaba hosts countless suppliers, but distinguishing between manufacturers, trading companies, and various intermediaries can be challenging. It's like trying to find a specific restaurant in a huge city without a reliable guide. The options are there, but making the right choice isn't always straightforward. What many people don't realize is that Alibaba has two distinct versions: the international English platform and the domestic Chinese platform, 1688.com. The Chinese version typically offers more options and often better prices, but it's usually inaccessible to foreign buyers due to language barriers and different business practices. When working with suppliers found on Alibaba, you need to be particularly cautious about verification and quality control. Not all listings are created equal, and what you see isn't always what you get. This is where having professional assistants can make a significant difference. They can help you verify suppliers, negotiate better terms, ensure quality standards are met, and arrange consolidated shipment. Moreover, many legitimate and high-quality Chinese manufacturers aren't on Alibaba at all. Some prefer working through established agents or maintain their own networks. These factories might offer better quality, more competitive prices, or more flexible terms, but you'd never find them through online platforms alone. The key to successful sourcing isn't just about having access to suppliers, it's about having access to the right suppliers for your specific needs. And there you have it, the most asked questions about sourcing from China answered. Have you started sourcing from China already? Or are you about to begin your journey? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps us create more content like this. Thanks for watching and see you next time.